I'm Sunny Markowitz, owner of Camp Lantern Creek for Girls, and we are so excited to be bringing the magic of camp to you this summer. Take it away, ladies.
Hi, from Camp Lantern Creek. Here at CLC, part of our camp culture is using camp names among all of our staff.
And sometimes our campers also choose to take part in the fun.
Camp names come from all different places. Sometimes it's a favorite animal, sometimes it's something that you really love to do, or something that means something to you. For instance, my camp name is Turtle. I like to imagine I am a sea turtle. I'm always in the water, and turtles are just really cool animals.
My camp name is Rook, and it was gifted to me the first time I was out here when someone noted that I was the rookie.
And my camp name is Crow, and I got it because during summer and in the off season, I run our zip line from the crow's nest. Bye.
Hey Creekers, it's Olive. Welcome back to CLC, and today we're going to be doing lettering, writing, and collages. Today's activity, we are making notes out of letters in magazines, and we're going to be giving those to a friend or family member or anyone you love. So we'll start out with a magazine. I have two right here for some variation. Whatever color construction paper you have, or regular white paper, it doesn't really matter. A glue stick and scissors, and some finished products. What it will look like is, here's an option. This is written as give love, not hate. You can write a nice message using full sentences and words you see in the magazine, or you can pick out different letters. And so this one says, you are really amazing, and I just got different letters and cut them out from different parts of the magazine. With everything in the world going on right now, I hope that this activity can bring positivity and kindness to you and your friends and family, and I hope that you can brighten someone's day with some kind words. I know you often see ransom notes written with different scraps of magazines, like in movies, but how often do you see kind notes written in different magazine cutouts? So that's what we're going to be doing right now. I think that I'm going to write a note to my grandparents that I'm unable to see because of coronavirus. I'm going to write them a note and mail that to them. I think that I'm going to try to find letters in the magazines to spell out, you are so fun to be with, I hope to see you soon, I miss you, I love you, and messages like that. I think I could also make some really cool art this way, and maybe do a few sayings like love more, worry less, or choose kind. So I think that I could do some art as well. So these are just some ideas that you can do as well. So I'm going to start finding letters. In my case, I already knew what I was going to write, but you can also just go through the magazine and pick cool letters you like. The words might vary in sizes, but I'm trying to make sure that all the letters in each word are the same size. So that's what I'm doing right now. I found some good letters. I love this Y and this O, and so I'm going to try to find a U in that same size. And I've also found, off the bat, I found this love, which I love. And so I think I'm going to start trying to piece together what I'm going to say. I'm going to find a couple more letters too. All right, y'all, I've got all the letters, so I'm super excited. Right now it spells out, what's up, question mark, I miss you, exclamation mark, I hope you're having a good day, love you. So I think I'm going to maybe go through the magazine one more time and look for any little decals of like a heart, and I'm going to put that on there as well. And then I think it's time to start gluing. I don't know if you can see that, but there's a tiny little heart that I found that I thought was so adorable. So I'm just going to add that right after the love you, and I'm going to start gluing. In order to add some variation, I like to sort of shift the words and the letters, kind of give them a little bit of depth, and make the spacing really interesting. So that's what I'm doing right now. I think I've gotten the order where I want it to be, so I'm gluing. Oh, and no, I'm not just putting glue on my fingers. I'm actually picking up the different pieces, putting them in my fingers, and then putting glue on them, and then putting them back on the paper. I think this is a pretty good way of going about it. I had some trouble getting the tiny little pieces to stick to the paper, so I had to press it down multiple times, but otherwise it was really easy just gluing them down. Oh, also, I think that what I actually really like is giving a little space. Once you cut out the letters, if you leave a little room on the edge, I think I really like that look. There's a lot of really cool backgrounds and different colors, and so I think I really like the backgrounds of those letters. So I recommend just leaving a little bit of room on the sides of each letter, just to give it a little bit of variation. All right, there we go. This is what it turned out like. I think my grandparents are going to love it. So yeah, I love how I did a mix of incorporating words. Like here I have what's that I just found in a magazine. And good and day, I also did that too. But I also took different letters out of different pages and different fonts. So I think it turned out great. I cannot wait to see how y'all's turn out. And I hope you had a great time doing collages with me, and I hope you take my round robin again. Bye, Creekers!
It's Rook from Camp Lantern Creek. We are here today building some fairy houses. It's a great way to get outside, bring a little camp magic into your backyard, your neighborhood, or a local park. So to build a fairy house, you get to decide how it looks. The easiest thing to do is find some found objects, like a stick, some pine cones, leaves, any of that good stuff. You're gonna build up this structure in whatever way looks great to you. Make it look as much like a little home as you choose. And when you're done though, if you are in a public place, do make sure that you take it apart and kind of scatter the supplies that you used so it leaves no trace and makes it look as though somebody finds it brand new and ready for them to build too. I'm going to turn it over to Turtle and Crow, who are some pros, and they're going to show you how it's done.
Whoop, whoop, whoop. Oh, hey, all right, let's get to work and build a fairy house.
You got it.
everybody, my name is Journey with Camp Lantern Creek, and for today's activity I'm going to show y'all how to make a no soap pillow. So you do need a couple supplies today. So the first one is these fabric scissors. Okay, the second one is an old blanket that you have around your house, and the third one is pretty much filling to stuff your pillow. So I bought this one at Walmart. It was only about $3, okay? Or if you don't want to go to the store, you could also just find an old pillow you have at home and use it for stuffing, okay? So we're going to go ahead and get started, okay? The one thing I do want to put out there is you have to be mindful of how much stuffing or the size of your pillow that you're using, because you don't want to have like a pillow cover this size and your pillow or stuffing is only enough for this big of a pillow, okay? So for me, since I am going to be using this much polyfill, I'm going to just make a small little pillow. I'm not going to use it all. So what I'm going to do is fold it in half, the pillow, and then with this technique we're using, it is going to shrink about 6 inches. So let's say that you want your pillow to be the size of this square. Make sure you cut an additional 6 inches on both sides, okay? So you don't have to measure anything, and you don't have to cut straight or anything, because the technique we are going to use, you can kind of hide it, if that makes any sense, okay? So I'm going to start cutting my pillow, and it doesn't have to be perfect, guys. You can either try again if you really don't like it, or you could just work with it, okay? So I'm going to start cutting it. And again, I want you to use fabric scissors only because it is way easier to cut through than regular scissors. And then again, if your pattern is easier to kind of identify, like mine's chevron pattern, so it's a bit harder, but if you have like a striped one, it'd be way easier for you to cut it because you just have to follow the stripes. So you just want to also keep that in mind. Okay, so I already cut one side of it. Okay, so I cut one side of it, and the other side is already the edge, so all I'm gonna do is cut off the other side to make a square, okay? Okay, so this is my result, and you always want to keep it folded, okay? So now I also forgot one edge, so I'm going to cut the other edge. Since you did have to fold it before you even started cutting, you have this one edge, so I'm going to cut through that. And this one should be really fast, just because it's cut in half, so it should be somewhat even. Okay, so there you have it. And now what you're going to do is cut off a square in all 4 of the edges, okay? So this is my first edge, and let me show y'all. Okay, and I cut off a little square, okay? This is how much I cut off. Okay, and the more the fabric is, the bigger the square you want to cut off, okay? So if you're doing it like for a pillow this size, your fabric isn't going to be as big as it, so you're going to want to do a smaller square, okay? So I'm going to cut off the other 3 sides as well. Okay, and that is going to be it for that. So now this is pretty much the whole concept of the pillow. So since you aren't sewing it, what you're going to do is just cut about 1 inch lines. So like here's the square, right? The imaginary square. So what you're going to do is grab your scissors and cut to the edge of the square. Okay, so you're just going to cut like this every inch until you get to the other side, okay? And it is a little bit time consuming, but if you have nothing to do throughout the day, this is a really fun activity. And then at the end, you get a new pillow, so it's kind of worth it. Okay. And again, doesn't have to be completely perfect, because this technique does let you hide a lot of mistakes, which I'm very thankful for. Okay, so I'm already getting to my edge. Okay, so now you're gonna have a bunch of ruffles. That's what I like to call them. So what you're going to do is you're gonna match them up. Since it is two sides of the blanket, you're gonna match them up and you're gonna tie them. So these are the first cuts of this side. So I am just gonna tie them and I'm going to double knot it just so it could stay tied. But again, the double knot is completely optional, okay? So that one I just tied it individually and it can get a little bit confusing, but okay. So what you're gonna do is just tie all of it till you get to the end, okay? And make sure they are the correct pairs because then you're gonna have a line that's missing its pair. And I know a lot of people they also cut the whole pillow, but then I feel like that overwhelms me. So I only like to do I like to take it slowly and only one side at a time, okay? And then here and there I'll throw in a double knot just because I do want it to stay secured and tied and I don't want the stuffing to fail. But then if you're using a pillow, then one knot should be enough because you're not gonna have to worry about the stuffing coming out, okay? So once you get the hang of it, you will go faster. I just did this one. And next I'm probably going to do this side and the bottom. And I am going to leave this side open so I have a chance to fill my pillow, okay? Okay, so I am going to check up on y'all after I am done with my other two sides. Okay, everybody. So I just finished tying my third side. Okay, as y'all can see. This is the only side I have left. So it took me about 5 minutes to do the rest of it. So this is the part of the video where if you are using an old pillow, this is the time where you would stuff it carefully. Okay, just make sure that none of your ties come apart, okay? And then you just start cutting the edge and then tying it, okay? But if you are using the polyfill, you are going to do about half of the side by you're going to cut and tie half of the side. And then with this part of the side, you would stuff it carefully, okay? Just because if you stuff it beforehand, then you're going to struggle by tying and knotting, okay? So I'm going to start doing my half. So you can see I have this much left. I tied the other half. And I'm going to open up my polyfill carefully, please. And I'm going to begin to stuff it. So I'm just going to grab a little bit and carefully put it all the way to the edge of the pillow, okay? Okay, so now you should have your pillow completely stuffed. And now you're just going to finish off cutting and knotting, okay? And this is the part where you want to be extremely careful. My advice to y'all would be to start double knotting everything just so the polyfill won't fall out, okay? And then if you do see a couple of knots coming apart, then this is the time where you would want to start double knotting or retying and then double knotting each one, okay? So we're just going to start tying, okay? Okay, everyone, so once you are done tying your pillow, that is it. We are done with this video. Hopefully y'all enjoyed it. Again, you don't have to do this alone. You could do it with some siblings, with your parents, with some friends. And it's just something to do indoors and have fun during the summer, okay? So that is it for today. I'll see y'all next time. Bye.
Hope you enjoyed today's activities. We'll see you again next week. Take care.